Hello everybody. So you'll probably see the video uploaded at some point before or after this one. I'm wearing a hat in it. I decided it's just kind of in the way. I kept touching it, so no hat. And I'm not refilming the other video because it's still fine. You gotta bear with me touching the hat. So today I decided I would talk about a subject that I find important because it has affected me, I guess, my whole life. And that discussion is about fake geek girls. Ho ho. So for those of you that don't know, or maybe aren't so geek or nerd inclined, a fake geek girl is a girl, obviously specifically, that pretends to enjoy nerdier things to grab the attention of a gentleman. Well, I can tell you that that definition is bullshit. I mean, maybe there are some girls in the world that do that, but 97% of girls that say they like nerdy stuff are not trying to impress you. I'm sorry, some of the men in the community I am not trying to impress. I can tell you that. So anyway, speaking of that, as you can see behind me, I have set up my pop vinyls, and there's various little nerdy men in it. But anyway, so fake geek girl in the term, and gatekeeping, I guess all of this goes hand in hand because gatekeeping happens a lot with women. It just pisses me off. This idea that because I am female, I couldn't possibly enjoy something that has been, I guess, dubbed male, nerdy male, that I can't like it casually because that's what it's been decided as their demographic. So therefore, if I say I like it, I'm lying about it. That's such garbage. For instance, when I was a kid, my dad introduced me to Star Wars and like the X-Men and stuff at a very young age. Like, my dad put on Star Wars when I was 2, and I would just go to sleep watching it. So these things are basically part of my childhood. And when I was a child, because I was a girl that liked superheroes and Star Wars, I was weird. I was odd. So, and it went from being odd, and then it went from being odd to now I'm trying to impress men because I used to like it too much when I was like 7, but now I don't like it enough because I'm 20. And that's ridiculous. It pisses me off. The fact that a man thinks so highly of himself that everything I do in the world, everything I enjoy is to impress them. It's just, please get your head out of your ass. Please stop that. It's annoying, it's tedious, and it's stupid. Thing is, I like X-Men. It's not because I want to impress the fuckboy over in the corner. I like X-Men because I friggin' like X-Men. It's that simple. And if there are girls out there that are doing this and you're watching this and you're like, oh shit, I'm a fake geek girl because I do this, who cares? Obviously, you obviously must like it to an extent because you're sitting there and watching it. I would hope you're not torturing yourself, and if you are, don't do it. He's not worth it. But also, this idea of gatekeeping goes hand in hand because it happens to women all the time. It's this idea, because you don't know everything and anything, including the actors and just the fandom in general, you are not a true fan if you don't know everything and obscure facts, which is also bullshit. For men or women, you don't have to know everything to be a fan of something. There is no definition of you're more of a fan than somebody else unless you just genuinely I think it's okay. Video cut out, damn. Anyway, so gatekeeping. Blah. Trying to get my train of thought because I'm trying to make this as least edited as possible because I'm just pissed and I want this to be sincere and unedited, and as you can tell because I'm swearing like a sailor. But no, so gatekeeping, that the fact that you don't know everything about the actors, the actresses, the writers, the producers, the story, the backstories that aren't said in the original stuff. Star Wars is a prime example of gatekeeping towards both men and women. And I see it all the time on the internet, guys especially bashing young women, not even younger than me, so young teenagers that are just now at 13, 14, 15 to now, getting into Star Wars and going, I really like this. These men are telling them they can't, that they're not fans of it because they just discovered it. I don't understand, like, this logic that because you weren't like the guys, or like myself, who found it almost practically out of the fucking womb, that you can't like it. I mean, what? I don't understand how you can exclude a group of people that are basically sharing your interests and probably want to talk about it, learn more if they really do enjoy it, and you're, telling them that they're not, almost not good enough. That these women, mostly women, it does happen, but these women are not good enough for your fandom. And it boggles my mind. It boggles my mind that, especially this idea, how men are like, sci-fi is a man's area. And you know what? That's the biggest piece of bullshit on the planet. You want to know why? And men aren't going to like when I say this. Mary Shelley, a woman, is ultimately the creator of science fiction. We didn't have sci-fi. We wouldn't have sci-fi if it wasn't for Mary Shelley. Like, do you understand that, men? You cannot tell women that they are not part of this world when a woman created your world. It's like anything else. A woman brought it into the world. You can't tell them now that they can't be a part of it. Like, that's something you have to live with. You can't pretend Mary Shelley's Frankenstein didn't happen. You just can't. There's no way to ignore it. You can, but you look like an idiot. That just, especially, that's what pisses me so much about fake geek girls and gatekeeping, is a woman created ultimately these franchises. If it wasn't for her, sci-fi would not be our current definition of sci-fi. I'm sure maybe somewhere down the road, somebody else, male or female, would have created this idea of science fiction, but it wouldn't be the science fiction we know and love today. And that's what boggles my mind, Like I said, with Star Wars, the gatekeeping is extreme in Star Wars, because if you don't know random history that wasn't said in all 6 movies, like about Darth Bane, therefore, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's not true, because half the people, I don't gatekeep, but if you gatekeep me, I will gatekeep you back, because I know more than you. Plain and simple. Because if I ask men, mostly men, if I go, do you know the dark secret of Star Wars that we don't talk about because it's so fucked up? In hindsight, it's fucked up. It wasn't at the time, but we don't talk about it. And I'm not going to say it on here because I don't want to give them that ammo and be like, yes, I know what you're talking about. Because I know what I'm talking about. And most people don't know about that. So don't gatekeep me. Don't gatekeep other women. Include people in your fandom, in your passion. These are people that make up this community, and I don't understand why we exclude one half of the community for the other. It's something that boggles my mind, along with many other things that men do. But understand, just because you are a woman and you are passionate about Marvel, and a man makes a comment and goes, you only like it because the men are hot. And maybe you do, but you also think they're good movies. But, like, let's be real, if you just wanted to watch a movie with no plot about hot men, you'd go and watch Magic Mike. You wouldn't invest your time in Marvel to go look at hot men. You'd watch Magic Mike. It's like, there's more of a draw than attractive men. And honestly, let's be real, would guys watch it if the men were ugly? Because they wouldn't look super, so probably not. It just goes hand in hand. Hot men and women are gonna be superheroes. It's just how it works. So don't let a man tell you, or anyone, whether it be female or male, tell you, you're not a big enough of a fan, or you're a fake geek girl, or it's not okay because it's a man's world, because it's not. It was created by a woman. Men just tried to take it over. So that's the end of my rant. Let's see how much rage and anger I receive in messages. But no, I think it's stupid. It pisses me off. Like, this idea of entitlement. But let me know what you think below. Let me know your personal experiences, whether it be just casually, online, at a con, like, let me know. Or even if you're a guy and you've been gatekeeped, let me know these, like, stupid experiences that, like, you have had with people who have this superiority complex. You know, let's talk about it. Let's talk about how stupid people are, okay? Okay.